But it's not an isolated case. The woman buried here in Houston, Texas, Joyce Vaughn, was another one of the so-called miracle cures at a Benny Hinn crusade.
Pastor, this lady had lung cancer. She was in this wheelchair. As you were ministering, she felt the heat come on her chest. Now she breathes freely, no pain whatsoever. She's been healed by God's power this morning.
Her daughter Jackie says Joyce too was persuaded to turn her back on her doctors.
One of the staff had told her she did not need her medicine anymore because Benny Hinn says she was healed.
What did her doctor say when she decided then that she was not going to have the chemotherapy?
He was very upset because she needed the chemo. She needed it. And if God was going to heal her, she would be healed either way. And she fought with that. She tried to call them for questions, the staff at Benny Hinn.
You know the case of Joyce Vaughn, the Houston woman?
I'm sorry, no, tell me about it.
Joyce Vaughn did come on your platform and was presented as having a miracle cure of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
She died. Before she died, to the distress of her doctor, she said she'd been instructed by your staff not to go ahead with her chemotherapy.
That is absolutely untrue.
She called to ask them questions because she was so uncertain about everything. No one returned the calls. She never could get a hold of anybody. And so by the time that she decided to go back and take the radiation, it had grown.
Did her doctor believe that if Joyce had gone on with the chemotherapy, the cancer may have been beaten?
Oh yeah, or stayed in remission at least.
Doesn't that worry you that in fact her life may have been shortened, having fallen under the spell of this?
It bothers me if a staff of mine told her to quit medication or chemotherapy. I have never said that to anyone. I can tell you here under the anointing, it will never come back. You will never, ever, ever.
And you never say to anybody, this person is healed.
No, never, no.
The disease, dear lady, has just died and you will live.
Please
I'd
correct
break
you.
the law, wouldn't I?
I want to correct you for the last time. I do not say to the individual, you're healed. They are telling me they've been healed. So we're not the ones claiming they've been healed. They're the ones claiming they've been healed.
Eileen Ferguson, you are healed by the power of God.
The Lord has healed you. Look in these eyes. I have never lied to you.
Never.
I never will.
Never.
She is basically a walking dead woman. She should not be alive because through both of her lungs is cancer. The doctors are overwhelmed the fact that she is still alive and still breathing.
Susan Norcane, her oncologist, rejected all these claims. Susan had an unpredictable form of cancer that was stable at the time of the crusade, but deteriorated afterwards, and Susan died 9 months later.
Perfectly whole.
And remember Belva Ventura, who said Benny Hinn cast out cancer from her and her son? A few weeks after that crusade in Worcester, Massachusetts, Belva's son died of cancer. When we visited several months later, she said she hadn't had a follow-up call from anyone in the Hinn organization.
As far as you know, the ministry has no idea whether your cancer is still there or not, whether you're alive or not.
No, they don't. Otherwise, they would have got a hold of me. Nobody did.
Apparently, Belva still believed, until the end. A month after our visit, she died. The cause, her doctor told us, was cancer.
Back off, devil! Woo! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
You really believe you're healed?
Yes.
Do you think your cancers are gone now?
Yes, I believe that, because God never lies, and we stand in His word.
We believe in God, we have faith, and there's nothing impossible for God.
Every service during the Portland Crusade, Meela Prakash brought her son Ashneel, believing that God would perform a miracle which would allow her boy to walk out of that stadium with her, if only she had enough faith. At the final night of the Portland Crusade, there was a sudden and unexpected change to the program.
Fire!
I'd asked Benny Hinn if he would include Ashneel and the Prakash family in his prayers for the people. He did much more than that.
Mommy and Daddy, how long have you been Christians for?
November last year.
November. You converted to Christianity from Hinduism.
Converted me. You converted me.
No, I didn't. He did it. The Lord saved you. I do not very often lay hands on anyone to be healed. I lay hands after they've been healed. But I'm more than glad to do it right now. Stretch your hands towards this child. What's his name? Ashneel. Can he hear me?
That's the only senses he got left. Doctor said he's totally blind. Just let him go, he's nowhere. I told him, no, my son is not going to go for surgery. He told me, yes, I believe I got treated so many patients from Pastor Benny Hinn's ministries. They came, I didn't do the surgery.
A doctor told you? The doctor said, I can't help you. But I know there's a guy named Benny Hinn. My friend, it's not Benny Hinn, my dear. It's Jesus, God's Son. Expect the miracle. Expect the miracle. Dear Jesus, the Lord's gonna touch you, young boy. The Lord's gonna touch you, sweetheart.
It didn't happen. I was not even discouraged. I know it's God's plan.
We believe the tree growth of tumor has been dissolved completely. And we know that God is working on him. It's either today, tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, but he's gonna do it. He has his plans, he has his dates. We just have to have our faith.
This is not a rich family, yet they were persuaded by Benny Hinn's TV appeals to pledge $100 a month. In his presence, the urge to give was overwhelming.
You know, I can stake my life on Pastor Benny Hinn's words. And God spoke to me last night at the Colosseum Center where the crusade was going on, and he said, donate him another $2,000, and which I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that.
The words they speak out, it really touches us, and it's just like I can do anything for them.
You'd give your money to the ministry before you would even buy food for yourself?
Oh yes, yeah.
As soon as we get our earnings, the first thing we do, we take out God's portion of it.
God first, the church
God
second.
is first, the church is second, and third the family.
7 weeks after the crusade, Ashneel Prakash was dead. The family scattered his ashes on the waters of the Columbia River, near the place where Ashneel had first learned to swim.
Being his parents, we miss him a lot. We loved him. He was our baby. We didn't believe when the doctor said that there's a regrowth of the tumor. We didn't believe him either. And he said that he's going to die, and we didn't believe him. We believed in the God, and we had faith that God's going to heal him.
I just thought, God, what I was expecting, this didn't happen, and why you took my kid away from me. We were only very little family, 4 people in the house, and I loved Ashneel so much. After he died, I just couldn't take it. My very beloved kid has gone.